Variables. Storyline makes working with variables easy. Using the trigger wizard, you can quickly set up variables using a 3-step process. Let's begin by creating a variable. So click the Manage Project Variable icon over here in the Triggers panel. In the Variables window, click the Create a New Variable icon. Give your variable a name. We'll create a simple counter, so I'll name my variable count owner. Next, choose the type of variable you want to create. Storyline supports 3 types: true, false text, and number variables. Because I'm counting, I want to use a number variable and I can leave the default value blank. So the second step is to adjust or change the value of the variable. We do that with triggers. So over here in the Triggers panel, we want to create a new trigger. When we work with triggers, we always ask ourselves, what is it we want to do and when do we want to do it? So for the action, we want to adjust the variable and select the counter variable. And for operator, we'll use add. And let's use a value of 1. We want to add that value of 1 when the user clicks the button. So we'll choose button, click OK. For the third step, we need to use the variable. We can use the variable many different ways, but the most simple way is to simply show the value of the variable. In this case, it's counting up when the learner clicks the button. The way we show value of variables is with a variable reference. So go up to the Insert tab on the ribbon and click Text Box, and click once on the slide to create an active text box. With that text box active, go back to the Insert tab, and this time click Reference. We want to reference the variable we just created. Click OK, and that places the variable name on the slide so we can see the value as it changes. Let's preview the slide to see how it works. The default value is 0, and as I click the Add button, the variable increases by a value of 1 each time I click it. Another way to use the variable is to make something happen based on the value of the variable. So let's say that we want to branch to one of 3 slides based on the value of a variable. So I'll quickly create 3 new slides and name each one Slide 1, Slide 2, and Slide 3, and jump back to our original slide. And let's add a condition to the next button that jumps to slide 1, 2, or 3 based on the value of that variable. So create a new trigger, ask ourselves what is it we want to do and when do we want to do it. We want to jump to slide 1. Then user clicks the next button. And here's where we add the condition. If the variable counter is equal to a value of 1. So we're listening for the value of the counter variable in determining if it equals a value of 1. If it does, the learner will jump to slide 1. Now we need to create 2 more triggers for slides 2 and 3. We can do that quickly by copying the trigger we just created and pasting it, and then updating the slide name and the counter value. Let's copy and paste one more time and update for slide 3 if the counter equals 3. And notice over here in Story View that Storyline automatically added the branching visualization for us to show our first slide, linking out to each of the 3 slides. Let's preview our scene and see how it works. Click the Add button one time to set the value to 1. And let's click the next button and you can see we're taken to slide 1. Cool. Let's jump back to the counting slide and we can see the value is still set at 1. And that's because variables are persistent. And this time, let's click the Add button one more time to increase the value to 2 and try the next button again. This time, we branch to slide 2. Return to the counter and click the button one more time. And this decreases the counter to 3. And click the next button. Hey, we're taking a slide 3. And this is just a simple example of using Storyline's 3-step process for working with variables.